Breaking tonight, New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doubling down on last month's inflammatory tweet that claimed Texas Senator Ted Cruz, quote, almost had me murdered on January 6th. Given the opportunity to withdraw those words today, AOC instead doubled down, telling a New York Post reporter, quote, I will not apologize for what I said. Start there tonight with Republican Senator from Utah, Mike Lee. Good to have you back, sir.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Okay, I'm going to read the tweet and put it up. So these are her words. This is what she said. I'm happy to work with Republicans on this issue where there's common ground, referring to something that had been proposed. But you almost had me murdered 3 weeks ago, so you can sit this one out. Happy to work with almost any other GOP that aren't trying to get me killed. In the meantime, if you want to help, you can resign. Members of Congress don't trust each other, accusing each other of some pretty serious things.
Yeah, you know, it's too bad. It's a missed opportunity for AOC and for the country. Look, the path to unity is through genuine debate. And when each party sort of retreats to its own corner and starts speaking only to its base, especially in inflammatory terms, no one wins. The American people certainly lose out. And look, she's making it about her, Shannon. And by doing that, she's really losing an opportunity. It reminds me of a few years ago when our daughter Eliza and I were sometimes going to my wife Sharon, telling her about experiences we had had, me at work and Eliza in junior high. And in many instances, the advice that Sharon would give us were the same, because sometimes Washington is a lot like junior high. And unfortunately, this comment tends to double down on that stereotype.
Sharon is very wise. She is. We all need some reminding that Washington is a little bit like junior high. A lot of folks watching tomorrow. You're going to be a juror in the Senate impeachment trial as it starts off. The Washington Post says this. So acquittal is a foregone conclusion. If anything, Democrats need to make it as politically uncomfortable for Republicans as possible to acquit and to extract a political price for it among the suburban moderates whom the GOP continues to alienate with its ongoing QAnonification. So a lot to break down there. First of all, Senator Roy Blunt is among those out there saying, listen, I'm not even going to vote for this thing to proceed. It's not legit. It's not on constitutional grounding. So that'll be the first vote that you all have. How do you think that goes down?
I think it's going to go down a little bit like the vote week before last. I think there will probably be between 45 and 50 senators. Unfortunately, they're all likely to be Republican, although we would love to have Democrats join us, concluding that, look, while the Constitution has some ambiguity in this area, it's not crystal clear one way or another. We have the opportunity to interpret this. We have the opportunity to embrace one reading of it that would lead to endless impeachments in the future. Imagine the next red wave election bringing about a big wave of impeachments off of former officials, or another reading in which it could be narrowed and constrained, in which we'd say, look, it's much more appropriately used with respect to those who were in office at the time of impeachment and at the time of the impeachment trial. I think that's what we're going to see tomorrow, and I think you're going to see at least 45, maybe as many 50 as 50, saying that that's the reading we ought to embrace.
Okay, and quickly before we go, the end of that says that the GOP keeps alienating people by its ongoing QAnonification. Now, is that something just that the media you see is actively trying to do to the party? Do you think the party is doing a good enough job to stay away from the conspiracy theories and to distance itself from them?
Yeah, you know, Shannon, this becomes really meta at some point. This is a conspiracy about another conspiracy. And the media seems to be obsessed with this issue. If QAnon has suddenly taken control of the Republican Party and its messaging, that is news to me. And this is news that's just floating around this internal echo chamber of the mainstream left-leaning media. But then again, I repeat myself.
Senator Mike Lee, juror, starting tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.